she was away from home, but she missed home, and then it's a story about home.
It's not just a refugee from a home that they loved, but a refugee from a home that they loved that they had never visited before. It was like a truly kind of a true story of like longing. You know, like it's one thing to long for a home that you miss and want to go back to. It's another thing to long for a home that you've only imagined, and it's a dream.
Other than refugees, the other terms that we always use is immigrants. Like for myself, I'm I believe my father or my grandparents, they are immigrants from mainland China. Maybe it's because they were lucky. They found a home, they earn money here, so they are not refugees. They become immigrants. They become people who have their family names in here. But I think in Hong Kong, most of our grandparents or older family came from China, came from Taiwan, and so Hong Kong is very international. We have people from all around the world, but for those people like Philippines, Indonesia, from different other countries, we live in Hong Kong together, and sometimes we ignore them, or sometimes we discriminate them because we think they're different. But after all, we are all immigrants. We are the families from immigrants' families, so we are actually the same. We are all immigrants, or in other words, we are all refugees in the old times.
I think people have this abstract concept of there are people who want help and some people will help them, but whatever, we can't help them all. And so like to have a very more personal view of it and to have a specific view of like seeing one person on stage, like getting this across, I think is a lot of is a useful way to convey that to people.
In our world now, refugee is not just a term that related only to past or old stories, but it's something that actually happens in our world now, every day. It's related to policies, related to different governments, and then it's something that we heard from the news even today. So definitely we should actually know more stories about refugees, their backgrounds, their stories, and how should we treat them, or how should our world respond to the refugee problems. And I think it's not just an old story or past story in the history, but it's something that happened right now, and we definitely need to know more about that.
I feel like it's longing, kind of dark, and some parts it's like a blind hope. In other parts it's like a really it's like a very encouraging hope. I think it kind of evolves. It's from generation to generation. So what starts in the older generation is kind of blind hope, is revealed to be maybe like a true believable hope for the younger generation.
Well, you guys have a really great show, and I think everything's beautiful together between the music and the acting, and so many of the lines are so powerful, and just the different ways that the story is told on stage, from the props to like the projections and the radio stuff was like awesome. And so I think between that, there's something for everybody, and people are gonna love it.
And I really enjoyed. I believe people in Adelaide or from other countries that enjoy the show. So good luck to you all, and I think that's a great show.
Yeah, good luck. You should cook some shrimp on the Barbie.